Ladies and gents, welcome back to the channel. I am Sefian FM. Today we have another X the Bumbell tactic for you, German based. So he's got a great YouTube video kind of showing you his way through things. It's only about 3.5 minutes long or 4 minutes long. I don't understand a lick of what he's saying, but he's got a lot of screenshots. So now in his test, he is using Real Madrid. So take that for a grain of salt. Real Madrid clearly is going to do well in most tactics, but he did bring them to an undefeated season, which is a fantastic result. Everything green except a couple of yellows here and there. So this tactic is called the Incredible 4-2-2-2 narrow. He scored 144 goals, only conceded 13. We're going to check out how ours do. I'm going to guess nowhere near 144. But for some reason, the tactic itself, so the tactic on the Steam Workshop is called that Incredible 4-2-2-2 narrow, but the tactic itself here, as you can see, is called 4-2-2-2 ing goal difference 131. The screenshot is of Bellingham at Real Madrid, so take that for what it's worth as well. But it does start out with a sweeper keeper in support, wing backs on the left and right in support, ball playing defenders in defend, Segundo Volante on the left in attack, and a DM in support on the right, an attacking midfielder in support on the left, a shadow striker in attack on the right. In front of them is an advanced forward in attack and a false 9 in support. It is a balanced mentality, in possession, attacking with a standard, approach plays pass into space, overlap in the left and right and play out of defense, passing directness is shorter, tempo is higher. Final third is mix crosses and work the ball in the box and run at defense. In transition, counter press, counter, distribute to the fullbacks and the center backs and roll it out. And then out of possession, a high press line of engagement, a standard defensive line, trigger press much more often, prevent short goalkeeper distribution, and get stuck in. Now, 144 goals for Real Madrid, an undefeated season. Can we get anywhere near? Well, as you can see, no. Newcastle in third place with 78 points is a fantastic result, but 95 goals for against 54, so they definitely conceded a heck of a lot more than 13. Wolves doing a fantastic job as well with 76 points. Tottenham, 60 points, average. Definitely did not do that well. Schedule-wise for Newcastle as the tops in the charts, one loss there, but look at that first half of the season. 2 losses and that's it. 4 draws. A fantastic first half of the season. Immediately coming back though after the World Cup, 1-3 loss against Norwich in the Carabao Cup 4th round. FA Cup 3rd round goes to a replay. 4th round you go through. 5th round you lose out to our boys Tottenham 5-6 in the 5th round. That's insane. And then you just have a very spotty chance towards the end of the season. Wolves, not too bad either. I mean, a couple more losses and draws throughout the first half of the season, but you have a nice set of just a run of points. Carabao Cup 4th round, quarterfinals. It looks like you're going to the final against Manchester City and winning it 3-2. Fantastic result. Unfortunately, immediately after, just a couple days later, you get to the FA Cup 5th round, 2-3 loss against Norwich. Another fantastic run, though, after that, and then a very bad end of the season with only 2 wins. Tottenham having a horrific start to the season. A couple of wins is all they can muster. You do get into the Champions League Carabao Cup. You are back into the round of 16, though, amazingly enough, through the sea of red. But Carabao Cup 4th round, you're out 2-4 against Brentford. Then FA Cup, you go through a couple of, replay, you go through a couple of rounds. Champions League round of 16, you continue on. Quarterfinals of the FA Cup, you lose out in the semis, 1-2 in extras against Chelsea. And then you do lose out to Inter in the Champions League round of 16. So I was wrong. You're not going through the round of 16. You are ending the round of 16. 1-3 loss away from home is the killer. Newcastle transfers, you do get rid of Callum Wilson. Where did he go? 29.5 million to Tottenham, funny enough. You bring in Andrew Fisher from Swansea, Ricardo Horta, we've seen him before, Alvarez from Ajax, and then Schablas from Bayern for 56k. So a couple of new boys there. For Wolves, Paulinho, the only one coming in, 2.5 million. Big spenders as always. And Tottenham, as we saw, Callum Wilson comes in, Semedo Daichi Kamada from Frankfurt comes in for 22.5, and then Fatawa from Sporting on loan. So as always, what does that do for our squads? Well, you could see 45 appearances for Nick Pope as top. Goalkeepers are always like that. But 24 goals for Isaac. St. Maximin with 14. Sven Botman with 13. They're definitely spreading it out quite a bit. 32 assists for Trippier. Holy crap. I wonder how that spread out, and I wonder if that actually, let's take a look at him. I wonder if that's tops. English Premier League, 22. I don't know what the tops is for assists-wise in the Premier League, but Wow. 749 for Isaac, and Trippier was 7-3. I mean, that's a lot of green right there. Wolves, Jose Sag, 48 appearances, of course, goalkeepers as usual, but 25 goals for Jimenez, 13 for Sarabia and Kilman. That is a fantastic set of results. 22 assists for Sarabia and Neto with 10, not too bad. Average rating, there you go, 7.42 for Jimenez. Sarabia was 7.23. They are doing a fantastic job as well. Looking at Tottenham, again, Hugo Lloris up there with 53. That's nice. 16 goals for Kane, 13 for Mora, though. Not great at all. I mean, 60 points is not going to get you too far. Kulusevski with 12 assists, Porro with 10. Yeah, I mean, a lot of green there. That's nice to see, but Kamada was 7.44. Kulusevski was 7.11. Kamada really coming in and doing a fantastic job. Definitely one to check out. Data Hub, you can clearly play the game of which one of these is not like the other. Newcastle and Wolves doing very well, quite decent defensively, very good in attack, as you can see some very strong numbers. We've seen better, but still very nicely done. Almost similar, I mean, very similar for Wolves. Shaky defensively this time around, but very good in attack. Again, some really good numbers. Fouls against per game, not as high as Newcastle. But then you get to Tottenham, and yeah, shaky defensively, good in attack. You're just down quite a bit, but still, I mean, overall, general performance isn't too bad. 60 points is still bringing you up in the table a little. Premier League stats don't look all that bad. A lot of average numbers, though. Most goals, Newcastle with 95, Wolves at 88 are fantastic, but then you get some fewer shots against that are on the average side. Same with, I mean, possession's not even in there. Most dribbles made, you got some. Tackles won, not too bad at 850, but again, on the higher side of average, I think is what we've seen before. Most shots for 617, pretty much average. Individual stats-wise, yeah, again, they look okay. Raul Jimenez and Isaac with 17 and 19 goals apiece. Fantastic tally there. Most assists, I took a look at, if I'm not mistaken, the Premier League record for assists in a season is 20. So there you go. Trippier with 22, breaking the record. Sarabia with 17, coming somewhat close. Kulusevski in there as well, but he's, on the average side. But again, I mean, Isaac with 8 player match awards, kind of on the average side. You've got a lot of players scattered throughout here. But overall, except for assists and, a little bit of the goals, Trippier and Sarabia always up there. 179 is fantastic, but I think we've seen up in the 190s. Most shots, Isaac with 93. But overall, except for a couple of stats here and there, it's really kind of on the average side. And if we look in general and just to have an overall view, Newcastle and Wolves did a fantastic job, and their players did a really, great job in the stats that you can see. I mean, Trippier with 22 assists is insane. Tottenham, on the other hand, just did not do as well. 60 points on the lower side of average from what I would say for what they're usually expected to end up as. But overall, the tactic kind of worked. You just have to tweak it a little bit better to have it work better for you. But that is it for me, Sefian FM, for the Football Manager blog channel, saying thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.